Hello YouTube. On this channel we've spent a lot of time looking at the different external lenses you can get for phones like the Vivo X300 Ultra, the Oppo Find X9 Pro, etc. But the Xiaomi 17 Ultra, while it might have one of the nicest photography cases around, it's never had an external lens attachment. Today we're going to change that. I've got some exciting packages from Fotorgear, which is the brand that made the awesome retro case for the Nubia Z80 Ultra, and they've made this adapter plate that makes their lenses work with the photography kit for the Xiaomi 17 Ultra. So we'll take a look at this first. There are two versions of this plate, I believe. I think you can get one with 17mm threading, and this is the T-mount, which is their own proprietary lens mounting system. You can see we've got a T-mount over the telephoto, one over the main camera. There's not one on the ultra wide. And the interesting thing about this version has a rotatable ring around the edge. So if you've got the Leica edition with that rotatable bezel around the cameras, you'll still be able to use it while using this adapter plate. So let's see how it fits. You can see we've got a little dot here that will line up with the dot on the case. Yep, and it clicks into position. Looks quite cool, matching colours and everything. It does have filter threading as well, so if you wanted to attach a UV filter, ND filter, mist filter, whatever you like, you can do it with this lens plate attached. Now they've sent me 3 different lenses, and I believe these two work in tandem. So we'll start with the one that works on its own. This is the 135mm portrait lens. And we've got a nice retro leather effect pouch that houses the lens. And the lens is all made from metal, and it has an actual functioning focus wheel. The cap also made from metal, nicely engraved. You can see our optics there. And on the rear we've got a rubber cap and our T-mount to attach to the phone. That's quite nice. We also get an adjustable T-mount clip, so you can use this with any phone regardless of whether you have a proper lens mount for it. Cleaning cloth, and here's how the lens looks attached to the Xiaomi. Pretty cool. I quite like the contrast of the silver lens with the black body. It's a little unusual, but you know, it looks quite cool. Nice smooth focusing mechanism there. Yeah, very excited to see how this looks in the real world. So next we've got a 2x lens. Not sure what these stickers are about. And again, the same adjustable clip to use with any phone, and a nice retro leather looking pouch, as well as a cleaning cloth. Oh, it's a big lens. Very cool look. Nice big front element on that one, and another lovely engraved retro lens cap. And there's how it looks attached to the phone. I've got it in front of the main camera this time. And our final box is a macro adapter, or rather 2 macro adapters that work with this 2x lens. I think these are our 2 lenses. And then underneath we've got a little leather effect pouch to keep these safe. I would assume you probably just stack these depending on how much magnification you want. Yeah, it looks like it. These two look like the same thing, and they screw together, and then you can stack them on top of this 2x lens. Very nice hardware. Love the vintage looks. But yeah, let's go outside and see what these lenses look like. Okay, so it's about 2 weeks later, and I've been using both of these lenses quite a lot. I'm really enjoying this one, and I'm not quite so convinced by the longer one. To explain that, I'm going to have to show you how they work. So starting with the longer lens, this one likes to be used with the main sensor rather than the telephoto. And it works exactly like the Vivo or Oppo teleconverters, where the image is flipped upside down. That's not a problem for those phones because their software corrects that, but Xiaomi software doesn't. And Fotorgear has an app for iPhone, but they don't have an app for Android yet. So to correct this, you can use Blackmagic Camera, which will flip the image for you, which is great for video, but it's not really a solution for photos. For photos, you have to use an app called Open Camera. If you see my video about adapting the Vivo teleconverter to other phones, then you will have seen this software before. Essentially, this app has a setting that lets you flip the image for converted lenses like this one. But on the Xiaomi, I've found this to be quite buggy. For instance, if I try and switch to the telephoto, I get this serious camera error up on the screen, which is not good. Blackmagic works well, but the stabilization is pretty terrible because it's not accounting for this extra lens. So you could stabilize it in Resolve or whatever, but basically this isn't very good for run and gun shooting because the stabilization isn't very good. You can use it on a tripod, but that's not really my shooting style. And yeah, I think it would be quite nice for photos, but that software isn't great, and you don't get any of the lovely Leica image processing that you'd expect from the Xiaomi when you use an open camera. So instead, I've been using the other lens a lot more, and this smaller lens does not flip the image, so you can use it with either the telephoto or the main sensor. As you can see here, we got some pretty significant vignetting at 3.2x, but if you punch to 4.3, it mostly goes away. So that's how I've been using it. I've just been using the camera normally, shooting in my normal picture styles, full autofocus, and yeah, it's been really great for photography. Same issue for video. The stabilization is just not great. Like, we're on a little tripod here and you can still see how shaky it is. Look how bad that is. But you get a nice field of view, basically equivalent to the Vivo teleconverter in a much smaller package, and the photos look amazing, as I'll show you in a moment. I've mainly been using it on the telephoto camera because the vignetting is crazy on the main sensor. Like, you get this little James Bond circle in the middle of the frame, and you can crop through it to an extent. If you crop to 3x, then the lens will give you an equivalent 6x field of view, but it just works a lot better on the telephoto sensor. So I've pretty much exclusively been using it with the telephoto sensor. Okay, here's a quick video sample at 4K 30 frames per second. This is what the Xiaomi 17 Ultra looks like on its 3.2x lens without the teleconverter attached. Now here's the same angle with the 2x teleconverter attached. As you can see, it's a lot more zoomed in, and if I get up close on something, if I use this tree trunk, you'll see you get lovely swirly bokeh from it. The problem is that shake. I'm doing my best to hold it still, but it's basically impossible. You really need a gimbal or a tripod or something. Let's see how the focus adjusts. It's just as quick as you would expect. You can get quite close without the macro adapter. I think that's our minimum focus distance, which looks pretty cool. And we'll try the macro adapters in a minute. I don't have them with me while I'm recording this, but okay, when it comes to macro, this is about our minimum focus distance on the telephoto lens with the 2x converter, and it's just over a meter away from the camera. It's quite a long way, but as you can see in the final image, it does look quite close. But let's see what happens when we attach these macro lenses. Now, with just one macro ring attached, this is how close we can get, which is obviously a hell of a lot closer. And I would say that's about 30 centimeters away from the lens. And with both macro rings on, we can get to here, which is about 15 centimeters away from the lens, and it looks pretty good. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing again. This time I'm on the main camera and I'm using the Blackmagic app. Currently this is upside down for me, but I'm going to stick that 135mm portrait lens on. Now this is the kind of view you get with the lens. Same problem with the shake. It's a lovely shallow depth of field though, and this one's fully manual focus and it can focus pretty close. So we use the same tree, some really nice bokeh on that. See how close we can get. Oh, wow. The macro capabilities are amazing. A bit of distortion from the lens, but that's crazy close. Yeah, as ever, the problem is the stability. This would be okay for photos, but we don't have a very good photo app for it. So I've just not really been using this much. And if you're wondering why I've been using this on the main camera rather than the telephoto, the results on the telephoto are just really bad. It's really soft no matter what I do, and the shake is multiplied, so I just haven't been doing that.
Just like you used to.
Okay, so as you can tell, these lenses aren't exactly ideal for video shooting, and as you saw, you can salvage some clips from it, but I wouldn't really recommend these lenses for video use. That said though, for photos, I was really quite pleased with the results. These photos are all going to be using the 2x lens. I decided not to focus on the 135mm portrait lens because it's so much hassle to use. I just don't think I really recommend it. But I had a good time with this 2x lens. I got a bunch of shots of birds at tropical birdland when I was filming my last comparison. Actually, I did this at the same time. Some of them just look great, like pretty sharp details. And of course, you get massive amounts of compression, just like you do with the other teleconverters we've tried. So it really helps to separate your subject from the background and get a nice cropped in field of view. This one was actually at 200mm, so a 2x digital crop on the built-in telephoto plus an optical 2x on top. Yeah, this is a 400mm shot and it still looks very sharp, very detailed, looks pretty good. This one's back at 100mm and this is even sharper. These details look fantastic on this shot. And there's a bit of character to the bokeh, which I like. I don't think everyone will like that, but you do get a bit of a swirly look to it. You can kind of see it with these out of focus areas here, and you'll see it more in some other shots in a bit. Really quite pleased with this one. Again, massive amounts of subject separation, pretty sharp details, just a nice look, and this one's also fantastic. If you watch my last comparison between the Oppo Find X9 Ultra and the Vivo X300 Pro, you will have seen similar shots with the built-in lenses on those phones, but neither can give you this amount of compression and the kind of 3D look that this lens gives you. You're starting to see some of that swirl as well to the bokeh, which I just think looks great. Great pose from this meerkat as well. For photos, I think the 2x lens is absolutely worth it. I'm like really pleased with some of these shots, and you wouldn't be able to get them natively without portrait mode, and that's always hit and miss. I think it especially helps in situations like this, because that extra background separation just helps to bring the subject out, especially here where you've got a similar coloured background to your subject. That can end up just looking really flat and boring on the built-in telephoto, but this just helps it pop a bit more, you know. And this one's super swirly. Look at that. That looks crazy. Like I said, it won't be for everyone. That's an unusual effect, but I quite like it myself. It's a unique look. This one's really nice. A little bit of motion blur on the eye, but that'll happen from time to time. This one's a little bit sharper. Quite a nice shot of these two budgies. This one's even sharper. Nice pose from this guy, I like that. This one's also very decent. Here's another one with that kind of pronounced swirly effect in the background. Just looks really unique. Bit of character that you won't find with most of these add-on lenses, but this one does some unique stuff which I really like. I don't know what animal this was, but yeah, cool little thing. So I also tried the lens in an extremely low light concert setting. The stage lighting here is awful. I've tried to shoot here before and you rarely get good results. Basically, you just got to spray and pray until you get the right moment. But I got a few with this lens. I really like this shot. I think this looks great. Really sharp. It's a small room, so yeah, the 2x converter gets you in closer than I would normally like. It does give you a different perspective on things, and I think this one looks really good. Of course, there was a lot of misses, but then here's another one that hit pretty well. Quite like this one as well. Some interesting lighting going on. The challenge at night is just going to be motion blur. You're going to get a lot of blurry shots. Obviously, in slightly better lighting, you'll have a better time. But yeah, I was still able to get good results with a bit of persistence. Okay, that's about it for this one. I hope you found it useful. If you've watched this far, you basically know my thoughts already. But to give you a quick summary, I'm really impressed with this plate. It looks like native quality. It looks like Xiaomi made it. Fits perfectly, fully functional, colors match perfectly. This is really great. And I've really been enjoying using this, the 2x teleconverter. This is great for photography. Not so great for video, just because the stabilization isn't great. Unless you're using a gimbal or a tripod, you're going to have a hard time with this. The 135mm portrait lens, I just couldn't really recommend at the minute. It's just too much hassle. That might change when Fotorgear releases their app for Android, but until then, too many workarounds. But this is a great lens for photography, and I'll leave everything linked down in the description. Get subscribed if you like this kind of thing, because there's always more phones and lenses on the way, and I will catch you in the next one. Toodles.